need to run this through, boy. You think you can come in here and steal my heroin without nobody noticing?
I'm not here to steal your heroin, Richie. I'm here to make you pay for what you did to Sammy and Ellis Robinson.
I didn't have nothing to do with that!
I watched you stab Ellis in the gut. I couldn't do nothing about it then, but I sure as hell can now.
God damn it! None of that was my idea, you hear? It was all Georgie, him and his old man. They wanted y'all gone, not me. What was I supposed to do, say no?
Either that or make sure that I was dead.
Oh, no. No, please, listen. Just decent thing would be to let a man get in a prayer before you kill him.
You can pray on the way up.
When I saw Richie Doucette hanging from that Ferris wheel, I felt a profound sense of disbelief. Nothing like this had ever happened before. You mobsters killed each other all the time, but it was generally a small, contained event. Some greaseball is eating spaghetti and meatballs at his favorite restaurant and gets popped in the head. But this was different. Even then, even before I knew who killed him, I knew that Richie had been put on display. Lincoln was trained in psychological warfare by the CIA. He wanted to terrify the mob, wanted them to know he was going to kill every last one of them, and that none of them would be able to stop him.
The holler. And tonight, we're gonna talk about the things happening right here in New Bordeaux. Things I don't think anyone could have ever predicted. Except yours truly, of course. Seems there's a gentleman out there, maybe he's even listening right now, who police are referring to as a violent agitator. Now hold on, that's not exactly right. Police are actually referring to him as a violent black agitator. Our own Chief Earl Wilson had this to say. The Negroes must be guided with a firm hand, and that hand must not be afraid to be raised if the situation calls for it. So while we get all kinds of opinions on who this person is and conjecture on what their motivations and how to deal with them, we avoid the obvious questions. Of course, the obvious ain't ever the easiest. Instead of asking what kind of person commits these acts of violence, you gotta take a long look in the mirror and ask what kind of city creates a person like this. What were the circumstances to drive someone to do these things? What level of hopelessness did they descend into? Was this presented itself as the only answer? How has this city failed one of its own in such a monumental way? And before you start nodding your head, pointing fingers and agreeing, remember, you might just be part of the problem. Because tonight,
Breaking news in New Bordeaux. There are reports of a violent shootout at the abandoned Baron Saturday's fun park. The authorities haven't released an official tally, but sources are reporting multiple casualties. One witness claims to have seen a man hanging from the very top of the decommissioned Ferris wheel, but police have refused to comment on the veracity of that report. The fun park has been closed for a number of years and was once a subject of controversy for what colored civil rights groups described as racially inflammatory imagery.
Seth's dead. The hollow's yours.
They say you strung him up on the old Ferris wheel.
He killed Ellis. Shit all over the people in this neighborhood. Doucette got what he deserved.
The righteous will rejoice when he sees the vengeance. He will bathe his feet in the blood of the wicked. That goes both ways, you know.
Thought you said all that was behind us.
My men are struggling with the notion that we now have to answer to the same men who killed Baca, who wiped out half our number.
If I was them, I'd get over it. We don't have time to go around coddling people.
Of course not. But gestures carry weight. And if you were to help my man Emmanuel, that's a gesture that would go a long way in calming nerves.
What's he need?
He oversees my reefer operation over at the boathouse. Help him, and I'll see to it you get a portion of the profits.
Just so we're clear, I'm expecting a cut of everything. Not just what comes from selling weed. It's gonna cost a lot of money to take down Marcano.
Don't worry. I'll make sure you get your money.
Good to see you, brother. There's every penny. What's not to love? I recognize the trust you had to have to put the holler in my hands. You won't regret it.